It's right there.
What a wonderful world. What a beautiful way to start our service this morning. So grateful that we've all come together on this beautiful June 1st day, celebrating love and life and gathering and connection and community and all those wonderful things, knowing that within each and every one of us is that spark of life, that divine essence, whatever we call it, however we live it, it is within us. It is love, it is peace, it is joy, it is beauty, all those things. And I'm so grateful you're all here. I'm so grateful I'm here. And let us just continue this celebration with joy and laughter. And so it is.
And so it is.
Handing off the baton.
That's right.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, Deborah.
And welcome to the Everyday Center for Spiritual Living, where we empower each other to live joy-filled lives when? Every day. So we come together to honor and to celebrate. I think in our beloved Ernest's most famous words, there is a power for good in the universe, greater than you are, a spiritual power that you can use in your what life?
Every day.
Everyday life. Great. So I'm Deborah Bryant, one of your practitioners. Please silence your cell phones, but first check in on Facebook and let people know that you're here. Does anybody have a birthday? Oh, actually, first time. Are there any first-time visitors? Somebody who hasn't been here in a while? Any first-time visitors? Looks like we have a bunch of homies today. How cool is that? All right. Does anyone have a birthday, an anniversary, or something to celebrate? If so, please wave your hand.
Stephen?
Stephen.
Yeah, hi, on Zoom.
I see you too. On the 27th of May, I celebrated 17 years here in Santa Fe.
Yeah, thank you. And we're glad you're here. Yes, Kalita.
I wanted to say that in case you can see that in the Washington Post today, there's a history of LGBT action in Washington, D.C. And the feminist lesbian collective that I was a part of is featured.
Oh, how wonderful. Great. Thank you so much for updating us on that. Yay. That's a really important one. Yes.
Yeah, I was elected a couple of weeks ago to be a board party because I wanted to do something positive. And my ward has decided to do educational events for the town. And our first one is going to be a homeless panel that I'm going to prepare.
Oh, great.
And, I've got some flyers on the back. It's on June 28th at the Democratic Headquarters at 4. And there's some really good flyers they came out with. It's just very powerful.
Great. So we have another invitation to another one of our presentations from Santa Fe Housing for All Collaborative. So we're excited that we had that one, and thank you so much for putting the flyers up there for us. Jackie?
Yeah, on the Gentile Art Gallery on 285 South near where I live is having a grand reopening on Saturday, and because they had a water leak and had to redo things. But anyway, it's Saturday afternoon. It starts at Saturday afternoon, probably at 3:30 or somewhere in there. You can look up on the website, the Gentile Gallery. But anyway, one of my paintings is.
Oh, exciting. Great, thank you. Anybody else?
I think someone online.
Anybody online? I don't think so.
Oh.
Well, Joseph's going to take it away, and we will see.
Yeah, good morning.
There was
Go
someone?
ahead.
Good morning.
Go
Yeah, I
ahead.
have something to celebrate. I retired on Friday.
Woo.
I retired on Friday.
Big one, retiring. Okay. Who was that?
Joan.
Oh, okay, that's a big deal. Okay, take it away. We will sing We Celebrate You. once a quarter, we vote for the New Mexico nonprofit that will receive our community giving, which is 3% of our tithing practice, as a center. So the candidates for today, for our vote today, are the Santa Fe Animal Shelter, Reunity, Scholarships for Kids Camp, and the Food Bank. So I'm going to read all three of them again, and I just invite you to sit with that for a second before we take a vote. The Santa Fe Animal Shelter.
And only members can vote.
Yeah, it's true. Only members can vote. Reunity, Scholarships for Kids Camp.
Anybody can vote.
Our fearless leader just said, no, anyone can vote.
For this,
For this.
anybody can vote.
So anyone can vote for this? Everybody can vote for this. Great, thank you. So let me say all three again, and then we'll sit for it for a moment. The Santa Fe Animal Shelter, Reunity, Scholarships for Kids Camp, the Food Bank. Okay, so now that we know everybody here can vote, let's take a show of hands for the Santa Fe Animal Shelter. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 5. Reunity, Scholarships for Kids Camps.
What's behind you?
18. And then the Food Bank. Okay, great. So I think we have an overwhelming winner today. Our tithe is going to go to Reunity Scholarship.
We have 3 on. Did you count online?
For an extra faith lift after service, please come sit with a practitioner for a one-on-one prayer.
Thank you.
And Jean-
Thank you for not counting us again.
What? Oh, okay. And then next week we have Scott will be back with us to share his musical genius next week. And then I have another announcement. So on June 12th, we're very excited that we are having the first unhoused art show at Community College. It's going to be on the 12th from 4 to 6. We have a reception with food. So please plan to come join us. We're really excited for these people to be sharing their heartfelt artwork. And there's some beautiful things, absolutely beautiful. And you can buy them. 4 to 6. 4 to 6 on June 12th at Community College.
Is it in the art gallery?
Yeah, it's when you walk in, where if you walk into the main entrance where the cafeteria is, they set up that whole area there as an art gallery. Yeah, it's going to look just like an art gallery. Pretty exciting.
That's Friday.
Huh?
Friday.
I just have a few words to say. We have a
Use the
surprise
mic,
here.
Patty, please, so you don't have to use your voice so much.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I have a surprise here today. I know we've all known Rev Ann for a long time, and we know that she loves to celebrate her birthday all month. And so we have a little surprise for her, and we're going to sing it first, and then we're going to invite you all to join us the second time. Okay?
What's the actual thing?
Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday,
Happy
birthday, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Happy birthday to
It's over on that stand.
Lighting the flames of faith, a call to service. We perform this ceremony to promote the universal consciousness of life, which acknowledges that all peoples and all faiths, all sentient beings, come from the one great universal presence, which we call spirit. Fundamental to this truth is the unifying nature, divine love, which we honor here today. We light the candle for the Tao, honoring the universal path of harmony and equilibrium, the middle way. We light the candle for the shamanic traditions, honoring the beliefs and practices of all indigenous peoples, the way of primal spirituality. We light the candle for Hinduism, honoring the path of knowledge, action, and devotion. We light the candle for Judaism, honoring the ethical path of living by sacred law. We light the candle for all forms of Buddhism, honoring the Four Noble Truths and the path of compassion. We light the candle for all forms of Christianity, honoring Christ consciousness as the path of love. We light the candle for all forms of Islam, honoring the path of submission to the will of God as the highest calling. We light the candle for the universalistic religion of Baha'i, honoring the path of unity and peace. We light the candle for all forms of new thought, honoring the metaphysical path of mental healing through the practice of universal spiritual principles. And we light the healing candle. Please put silently into the light the names of anyone you wish to have experienced the healing flame of God's eternal love. Please stand, face the middle aisle or your screen, close your eyes, and cross your hands over your heart. Take a moment to breathe in the loving intentions we've sent out to the world. Now, open your eyes, and as you see with the eyes of God, see God looking back at you. Namaste.
Good morning again, everyone. I'm Carol Rose, one of your practitioners, and also new president of the board. We didn't really make an announcement about that when it happened recently, but I can share that with you. So, June is busting out all over, and you obviously already know why June is busting out all over, because it's Rev Ann's birthday month. And she comes from a family and a tradition where they celebrate all month. It's kind of cool. And I have to admit, though, so first of all, I thought I was moving. Well, I am moving. But right now, I'm partly packed. And all my science and mind books are packed. So I thought, how am I going to do this? And of course, I went back to one of my favorite Journey of the Heart. I did find something. that it was really challenging to find anything that really felt as exuberant as that phrase, as that song, as the celebration of June. I will say, I live outside of town, some of you know that, out in the desert, and it's not really desert, but sort of desert-like. And there are a lot of flowers in bloom, and it's green. You know, we've had a lot of rain, hail, and various stuff like that. But so I really thought about that, and it is busting out all over. The skies, the clouds, the birds singing. We have no trees, and we still have birds singing. They actually live in the cholla cactus. Did you know that? Birds live in cholla cactus. How amazing is that? Anyway, so here's my reading that I'm going to offer you this morning. Enjoy summer. Learn to enjoy summer, that wonderful warm time when everything is in bloom. Summer isn't forever, so don't ruin it by fussing. Forget about the winter just past, the autumn that lies ahead. Immerse yourself in the good times, the fullness of summertime. We may have gotten so used to the other times, the colder times, that we've forgotten how to enjoy the sun, the warmth, the playtimes, the good times. Each moment of our lives is important. Each moment of our lives is a spiritual experience. To live fully in joy, we need to learn to enjoy the good times as well as weather the storm. Most of us are proficient at hunkering down and getting through the winter of our lives. Now it's time to learn something different. Take off your heavy wrap, grab your straw hat, and go bask in the sun. Tomorrow's lessons will take care of themselves. Today, the lesson is learning to enjoy summer. Okay, and the affirmation I found, I will read it through and then we'll kind of break it down a little bit and you can follow after me. I live in possibility and wonder, joyfully anticipating the blessings this day brings me. I live in possibility and wonder.
I live in possibility and wonder.
Joyfully anticipating the blessings this day brings me. And so it is.
Good morning, I'm Joseph Selleck, the music director here at the Everyday Center. And this morning, as all of us have noticed, we have a wonderful ensemble joining us, the Coda Singers, under the direction of Lydia Madrick. I'm going to invite Alicia to come up and tell us a couple of things about the Coda Singers.
Thank you, Joseph. So many of you have heard us sing. We are thrilled to be here today. For those of you who don't know us or haven't heard of us before, we are Coda Women's Chorus. We are a group of women, many of whom have been singing together for decades. We are dedicated to singing, to bring joy to anyone who is willing to listen, and also to fulfill our souls. Our primary goal is to sing for people who don't have the opportunity to hear music very often. We go to senior centers around town and sing, open our hearts up, and it's always a great pleasure to be out in the world singing. We really appreciate you having us today. Thank you.
Please welcome.
Singers.
That's right.
That's right.
Oh, there it is. Our Coda Singers. Not just anybody's Coda Singers. Our Coda Singers. I so love having you here.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
And thank you. And I have to say that that was the singularly most beautiful rendition of Happy Birthday I have ever heard. I took it just went right to my heart. Ba-boom. Ba-boom. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
So by now you must know that June is busting out all over. And yes, it's my birthday month, which you'll probably hear about more than once, because I believe in celebrating life. And I am so grateful to be here. I am so grateful to be here. You know, the road that got me to here today is not what I'm celebrating, although it's worthy of some kind of recognition. What I'm celebrating is being here now, being here in this moment, because what I recognize is that we are all in this moment for some extraordinary reason. It's no accident. June is busting out all over. And I mentioned last week that it's so easy for us to get so focused on the things that are happening in the world, whether they are a distance away, whether they are in our own country, whether they are in our own body. It is so easy for us to get focused on those things and lose sight of the wildflowers that are blooming in the meridian out of the nothing on the freeway. When Denise and I were driving here this morning, she said, I wonder what those flowers are. And I said, they're little bitty yellow guys. And I said, a gift from a bird that thought that particular part of the meridian needed to be there. Who cares why? Who cares what? When we have our eyes open and our intention open and our hearts open, we can find wonder everywhere.
Yes.
Everywhere. Sure, we may have to look harder, pay more attention, be more intentional than we would prefer. But so what? It takes a little more work. So what? It takes no work at all to be down in the dumps about whatever. Isn't it interesting how automatically that happens? Boy, we like those dumps. We just go there like it's our favorite place to visit. How in the world does that make any sense? This life, this magnificent life, this one life that is all life, regardless of what we call it or how we honor it or how we express it or how we reveal it. This one life doesn't create dumps. We do.
Yep.
We create places to dive into, to take our attention away from the unlimited good that is also happening. I'm not saying the other things aren't happening. I'm just saying that our fascination with dumps is a little weird. When we could be fascinated with wildflowers growing in the meridian on the freeway. We could be fascinated with that particular blue sky, which I find fascinating every day.
Yeah.
I mean, if nothing else. And I've seen blue skies, beautiful blue skies in various places in the world, but not like Santa Fe. I don't know what it is. It's this extra little sprinkling of cerulean somehow that got stirred in to our sky. Ooh. So where's the spiritual message here? What do you think? Anybody have any ideas about where the spiritual message might be? The spiritual message is to use the tools you have, whatever they are, to remember to look for the wonder, to look for the provision, to hear the birdsong.
I just did it. Can you arrange that?
They're always on call. A few years ago, and those of you who were in the sanctuary at the time will remember this. I was about here in my talk. I had been talking for a few minutes, and all of a sudden, this huge buck showed up right outside these doors. 7-point, beautiful buck. Just strolled in like it was the most natural thing in the world. And of course, I stopped talking because one has to stop and acknowledge something like that, right? That's the spiritual message. Is stop. Look, listen, feel, smell, hear. That's the spiritual message. Because that feeds us. That's, when we're in the dumps, it's hard to feel excited about being alive. It's hard. When we have so much on our minds and hearts that we can't seem to find anything good, anything to be grateful for. then we have lost touch with what's really important. It's not that having compassion for what is going on in the world or anywhere else isn't important. It is important. But our giving up of ourselves, our abandoning our self-care, our happiness, our opportunity to observe beauty and joy and welcome a 7-point buck out of the blue, our giving up those things for the dump stuff doesn't make any sense. If we know for sure, other than prayer, of course, other than whatever our tools are, using whatever our tools are to stay connected in that life that connects all and supports all. Unless we're ready to get on a plane and go join the fight, what are we doing? We're putting all our attention on a fight that isn't ours.
Right.
And that isn't the same thing. Listen up now. That isn't the same thing as not caring.
Right.
That isn't the same thing as not having an opinion. That isn't the same thing as doing all that we can to support the things that we believe in and feel strongly about.
Right.
But to let go of our happiness, because if there is unhappiness in the world, we don't deserve to be happy. I don't know about you, but for me growing up, there were always children starving somewhere. And if I didn't clean my plate, which did diddly squat for my eating control later on, if I didn't clean my plate, those children would not have the attention that they need. Well, that's the most ridiculous thing I ever heard. Because a person in California doesn't clean their plate, that someone in another part of the world is going to go without food? What a silly thing to teach our children.
Yeah.
It would have been much more valuable if the impression had been made on me that having food on my plate is a big deal. Having a roof over my head is a big deal because there are people who don't. And so to appreciate that more than take it for granted. Right?
Yes.
That's a whole different ballgame. And that's the spiritual lesson, in case you thought there was only one. Appreciation. Being in appreciation. Walking around like some kind of I don't know, person that's out of their minds with Thanksgiving. Just be so thankful. Be so grateful that people wonder what's going on with you. What's up with her? What's she so happy about? Well, give me 20 minutes and I'll tell you. June is busting out all over. Joy is busting out all over. What is it that we want to support? With our attention, with our intention, with our actions, with our words, with our thoughts, what is it that we want to support? Do we want to support people having more reasons to feel at peace?
Yes.
Yes,
Then we better dang it be peace.
exactly.
If we want to support people having more reasons to smile, then we better smile. Brent. If we want to really, I'm talking about changing the world here, one person at a time.
Yeah.
Simply by our behavior, by our authenticity, by our integrity, by our genuineness, by our generosity. We think that can't happen, especially when we're in the dumps. We think that nothing can really make enough of a difference. Everything we do makes a difference.
Yes.
Yes.
And the sooner we really integrate that message, do you know what it means to integrate something? It means to take it in and make it yours.
Right.
The sooner that we integrate how important our every intentional breath is, that is loving, that is kind, that is thoughtful, that is patient, that is generous. It isn't just a fairy tale, that every single action, every single thought that is heartfelt is felt everywhere.
Yes.
It isn't a fairy tale. It is the truth. It may not be felt consciously, but it's sort of like those people who look at you when you are being uncontrollably appreciative and grateful and thankful and joyous, or irrepressible, if you will. And there might be people who go, really? With everything that's going on in the world, and she's happy? You betcha.
That's right.
Because I do no good being anything else.
That's right.
And my happiness, my peace, my joy, my loving, my generosity, my kindness is not up for grabs because of someone else's behavior. We get all caught up in our ideas about someone else's behavior. Well, okay, so what are you going to do about it? Other than be mad. Other than think it's wrong. Other than be ticked off. What are you going to do about it? What is the rest of this quote? what is the beginning of this quote? Is the best revenge.
Living well.
Success.
Living well is the best revenge. It's not about revenge, but it is about living well. This life that we are living right now, regardless of conditions or circumstances around us, afar, that have our attention, in our bodies, this life is a gift. It is meant to be lived well. It is not meant to be suffered through.
Right.
It is not meant to be just moseyed through while we're so fascinated with the dumps. It is meant to be lived energetically. It is meant to be expansive. It is meant to be contagious. It is meant to be all of these amazing things that I can't even enumerate, but man, I want to live them all. And that is my birthday present to myself. I am so grateful to feel well, to feel the best that I have felt maybe in 10 years. I am so grateful to be standing here in front of all of you, just loving on you all without restraint, because you can't stop me. I am so grateful for every breath, for every opportunity, for every little thing that I happen to observe. Because I feel like, oh, I got to see that. And it doesn't matter. I don't have to go to a place where, and I'll bet nobody else saw it. I got to see it. Then I get to share it.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
I get to say to somebody else, you won't believe what I saw today. You won't believe that this 7-point buck showed up right outside our window and just stood there. And stood there. And stood there. I have to tell you, I almost got down on my knees. Because it was such a sacred moment. Everything had to stop. Because there was no question in my mind, nor is there now, that he showed up for a reason.
Yeah.
And I keep looking for him. I keep expecting a redo. Not really expecting, but hoping is closer to the truth. But I still delight in the memory of that. What does that represent? That represents power, right? That striking animal represents power in the most beautiful way. He was regal.
Mm-hmm.
He was quiet. And whatever was going on for him, that he decided to just be here and hang out with us for a little while and then go lay down on the grass, was enough. It wasn't about being enough for me. It was enough for him. What's enough? Where do we find enough? Where do we find a good enough reason to engage in feeling happy, to engage in feeling at peace, to engage in feeling clear, to engage in feeling loved, to engage in feeling kind. Where do we find the reason? Well, we don't find it by looking outside of us.
Mm-hmm.
And we never will. We either find it right here or we don't. And I know everyone in this room, whether you're usually in this room or not, every one of you has the key to your inner wisdom, to your inner peace, to your inner joy, to your inner everything, which could not possibly be more delicious. There's a line in Hamilton, the play, where Aaron Burr says, talk less, smile more. Talk less, smile more. And meanwhile, Hamilton's going, blah, 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 blah. And what I'm going to say to all of you is smile more. Worry less. Worry establishes our belief in what we're worried about.
Yeah, that's right.
It gives it power and authority, neither of which it has on its own.
Right.
So I suggest that we withdraw our worry, we just take it back. Because it's not doing any good anyway, other than keeping us upset and possibly in those down places, you know. And that we find more reason to smile. And so it is.
And so it is.
Will the ushers please come forward? Now it is time for our conscious giving portion of our service. And as you all know, we are self-supporting for our own contributions. And we know that contributions don't only come in the form of dollars and cents, they also come in the form of prayers and singing and community and connection in all kinds of ways. And so let us say our prayer together. It's on the front page of your program, in case you don't know it. The love of Spirit blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive abundantly. And so it is. Thank you, Joseph. And so we bless all the gifts in these baskets, knowing that, as I said earlier, it's not just dollars and cents. All of you have come together to share your gifts here this morning, and you will leave here and share your gifts with the world. That is what we do, that is who we are. And we are grateful for all the blessings that you brought to us today that keep this center going. And so it is.
So it is. Excuse me. Please. Miss this one.
If you ever plan to motor west, travel my way, take the highway, that's the best. Get your kicks on Route 66. It winds from Chicago to LA, more than 2,000 miles all the way. Get your kicks on Route 66. Now you go through St. Louis, Joplin, Missouri, and Oklahoma City is mighty pretty. You'll see Amarillo, Gallup, New Mexico, Flagstaff, Arizona. Don't forget Winona, Kingman, Barstow, San Bernardino. Won't you get into this timely tip? When you make that California trip, get your kicks on Route 66. Now you go through St. Louis, Joplin, Missouri, and Oklahoma City is mighty pretty. You'll see Amarillo, Gallup, New Mexico, Flagstaff, Arizona. Don't forget Winona, Kingman, Barstow, San Bernardino. Won't you get into this timely tip? When you make that California trip, get your kicks on Route 66. Get your kicks on Route 66. Get your kicks on Route 66.
How can you be in the dumps? Exactly. That's what I'm asking. Exactly.